Exploring justice and morality, a biblical confrontation's intriguing lesson awaits.
Verse 3, and I'm reading out of the New King James. The New King James says, "Then the scribes and the Pharisees brought to him a woman caught in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they said to him, 'Teacher, this woman was caught in adultery in the very act.'" Now, I'm going to stop there for a moment and let's just think about this for a moment. Here's Jesus. He is God. The Pharisees, the religious leaders, they caught a woman in the act of adultery. They didn't, listen, this wasn't hearsay. They didn't hear somebody say, "I think she committed adultery," or "I've seen the evidence of it." It says she was caught in the very act. I mean, at least, at minimum, it makes all of them peeping Toms. I mean, how do you catch somebody in the very act? You know, I mean, and what's interesting about the story is that they came and brought her to Jesus with the idea of trapping him. So what this tells me is they knew this woman. Okay, I'm going to say that again. They knew this woman. They knew where to find her. Come on. I don't know, it doesn't tell me, but I can imagine there was maybe one of them around, said, "You know, I haven't done something for the Lord for a long time. And we want to catch this guy. I'll tell you what I'll do, because my question is this. If they caught her in the very act, of course, it takes at least 2 people to commit adultery. You can have more, but it takes at least 2. Where's the other? Where's the other person? So to me, it's a very suspect situation, right? Is that they caught this woman. They bring this woman because they want to trap Jesus, and the other person is not there because both of them committed adultery. So the sentence should be on both of them. And it says, now they say to him, "Now Moses in the law commanded that such should be stoned." Now, what this shows us is that justice or judicial justice under a law system of right and wrong, moral and immoral, is always going to be seeking justice and fairness through punishment and retribution. But then they say, the words here, it says, "But what do you say, Jesus?" Who's Jesus? He's God. Now, how many of you agree with me that these guys, no matter how they orchestrated this, they were correct according to judicial justice to demand that she be stoned? Why? Well, because this woman was in the act of adultery and the sinful situation. Kind of how we as human beings would find ourselves in the situation of being on the wrong side of the law. Amen. So what this shows me here is that we can draw and extrapolate out of this the way Jesus is going to respond is the way God would respond to you in your situation. It might not be adultery. It might not be, anything major, but it's that place where you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Because if you judge yourself on the basis of the law, you are always going to find yourself on the wrong side of the law.